This isn't a book of wishful thinking. It's a manual for reality. What you're about to hear will challenge everything you believe about how the world works. The rules you've been living by, they're about to crack wide open. You'll never look at yourself or your world the same way again. Before we begin, drop a comment with where you're listening from and one challenge you're facing right now. It's always inspiring to see people from across the world working through similar struggles together. Introduction. The unseen architecture. You feel it, don't you? A quiet hum beneath the surface of your everyday life. A sense that there is more to your existence than the routine of waking, working, and sleeping. You catch glimpses of it in the inexplicable synchronicity, the sudden opportunity that arrives out of the blue, or the profound longing for a life that feels just out of reach. That feeling is not a coincidence. It is your innate power whispering to you, reminding you of your true nature. You are not a victim of circumstance, tossed on the waves of random chance. You are a creator, standing at the helm of your own experience, whether you realize it or not. Most of us live our lives as if we are reading a book written by someone else. We react to the plot twists, cheer for the heroes, and despair at the tragedies, all the while forgetting that we hold the pen. We have been taught to believe that the external world is fixed, solid, and separate from us, a stage upon which we simply play our part. This is the grand illusion. The foundational principle of metaphysics, the philosophy that underpins all conscious creation, is that reality is not fixed. It is fluid, responsive, and a direct projection of your inner world. Your thoughts, your beliefs, and most importantly, the energy you emit are not just private events inside your skull. They are the very tools you use to sculpt the substance of your life. This book is designed to be your guide back to your sovereignty. We will deconstruct the myths that have kept you feeling powerless and rebuild your understanding from the ground up. This is not about positive thinking alone. It's about fundamental being. It's about aligning the deepest, often hidden, parts of yourself with the reality you wish to experience. The process is both an art and a science. A Stoic practice of mastering your inner world to command your outer world. It requires honesty, discipline, and a courageous willingness to look within. The rewards, however, are nothing less than total freedom. You will learn to stop asking the universe for what you want and start becoming the person for whom that reality is inevitable. This is the unseen architecture of existence, and you are about to become its master architect. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Lie of Powerlessness. Taking back your narrative. You were taught a story, and you believed it. The story says you are small. It says your dreams are frivolous, your desires are secondary, and your path is determined by forces outside of your control, the economy, your upbringing, luck, or the opinions of others. This chapter is where we burn that story. Right here, right now. I need you to hear this. Your power is not gone. You have merely been persuaded to hand it over, piece by piece, to a world that was all too happy to take it. The first and most crucial step in manifesting the life you want is to reclaim the authorship of your own story. This isn't a motivational pep talk. It's a fundamental recalibration of truth. Think about the language you use every day. I have to go to work. She made me feel so angry. I can't afford that. Each of these phrases is a tiny surrender, a subtle affirmation of your own powerlessness. You are framing yourself as an object being acted upon, rather than the subject doing the acting. This linguistic habit is a symptom of a much deeper conditioning. From a young age, we are taught to seek external validation, to follow rules without question, and to conform to a predetermined notion of success. We are rewarded for compliance and subtly punished for audacity. This system wasn't designed to create sovereign individuals. It was designed to create predictable participants. But here is the immutable truth of metaphysics. Your consciousness is primary. Before any material thing can exist in your reality, it must first exist as a concept, a thought, or a belief in your mind. The world you see around you is literally built from the inside out. Your feelings of powerlessness are not a reflection of the world's reality. They are your reality. They are the lens through which you perceive and thus create your experience. So, if you feel stuck, it is not because the universe has locked you in a room. It is because you have been handed a key and told it doesn't work, and you have never once tried to put it in the lock. Today, I want you to become a detective of your own mind. For the next 24 hours, your only job is to notice. Listen to your internal dialogue. Catch yourself in the act of giving your power away. When you hear yourself say, "I have to," pause and reframe it to, "I choose to," even if it feels like a lie at first. This simple act begins to rewire the neural pathways of victimhood. You are not denying your circumstances. You are changing your relationship to them. You are moving from a passive state of endurance to an active state of choice. This is the bedrock of all creation. Your power was never lost. It was only waiting for you to remember where you left it. The key has been in your hand all along. It's time to turn it. Chapter 2. The Blueprint. Your thoughts are not just thoughts. If you believed your thoughts were seeds, would you be so careless with them? Would you toss handfuls of weeds into the soil of your future and then be surprised when your garden is choked and barren? Every single thought you entertain is an instruction, a command sent into the quantum field that defines the parameters of what can come back to you. They are not harmless, fleeting things. They are the architects, the draftsmen, and the builders of your reality, working tirelessly 24 hours a day, whether you supervise them or not. In this chapter, we move from reclaiming your power to understanding its primary mechanism, your mind. Most people live in a state of mental anarchy. Their mind is a chaotic marketplace of worries about the past, anxieties about the future, and reactions to the present moment. They believe they are their thoughts, helplessly dragged from one mental event to the next. This is the core misunderstanding. You are not your thoughts. You are the thinker of your thoughts. You are the awareness behind the chaos. And as the aware one, you have the ultimate authority to choose which thoughts you will give energy to and which you will let pass by like clouds in the sky. This is the essence of Stoic philosophy applied to manifestation. You cannot control the first thought that pops into your head, but you have absolute dominion over the second one and every one that follows. Let's make this practical. You want to manifest a new career. But throughout your day, your mental dialogue is, "My job is exhausting. I'll never get promoted. The market is too competitive." You might then sit down for 5 minutes of manifesting and visualize your dream office. But you've just spent the other 435 minutes of your day building a case against that reality. The universe isn't responding to your 5-minute visualization. It's responding to the dominant, repetitive vibration of your being, which is frustration and lack. Your thoughts are the blueprint, and you cannot build a skyscraper from a blueprint for a shed. Your assignment now is to become the vigilant guardian of your mental real estate. This isn't about forced positivity, it's about conscious selection. When a thought of lack arises, acknowledge it. Don't fight it. Simply say, "I see you, fear, but that is not the truth I am building." Then, consciously choose a new thought. Opportunities are always flowing to me. It may feel artificial initially, but you are not lying. You are leading. You are drafting a new blueprint. You are telling the universe, This is the design I am committed to." Your consistent thoughts become your beliefs. Your beliefs become your actions. Your actions become your reality. The thought is the first cause. Master the cause, and the effect has no choice but to follow. Chapter 3. The Vibrational Currency. Tuning your emotional signal. You can think the right thoughts all day long, but if you feel broke, you will stay broke. If you feel lonely, you will attract more loneliness. Your feelings are the engine of creation. They are the vibrational currency you spend to purchase your future experiences. Your thoughts draft the blueprint, but your emotions provide the power to build it. In this chapter, we dive into the most potent tool at your disposal, your emotional guidance system. You are a broadcasting tower, sending out a frequency into the universe every second of every day, and the law of attraction is simply the law of matching frequencies. What you are receiving is always a perfect match to what you are emitting. Let's get this straight. This is not about slapping a happy face on top of deep sadness. That is vibrational fraud, and the universe sees right through it. Authenticity is everything. You cannot fake a frequency. Your emotional state is a direct reflection of your dominant beliefs. If you feel anxious, it's because on some level, you believe something bad is about to happen. If you feel unworthy, it's because you believe you are not enough. The goal is not to ignore these feelings, but to use them as the most accurate compass you have. Your negative emotion is not a failure. It is a gift. It is a red alert on your dashboard, telling you that your current thought is out of alignment with your true, powerful, sovereign self. So, what do you do when you feel that pang of jealousy, that grip of fear, that weight of despair? You must stop and tend to the signal. This is your sacred work. Close your eyes for a moment. Place your hand on your heart. Feel the emotion fully, without judgment. Ask yourself, what thought is causing this feeling? Trace it back. Then, ask the most important question, how do I want to feel? Do you want to feel abundant, secure, loved? Your job is to gently, patiently, guide yourself from the feeling you have to the feeling you want. You can't jump from despair to joy, but you can move from despair to anger, which has more power. From anger to frustration. From frustration to hope. From hope to anticipation. And finally, to joy. You must make feeling good your number one priority. Not because you're hedonistic, but because it's your fundamental creative duty. When you feel good, you are in alignment with your source energy. You are plugged into the infinite power supply of the universe. From that place, your manifestations flow effortlessly. They don't require struggle or force. They are a natural outpouring of your aligned state. Today, make choices based on how you want to feel, not just on what you think you should do. Listen to the music that lifts you. Engage in the conversations that inspire you. Do the work that energizes you. You are tuning your instrument, and a well-tuned instrument doesn't just make noise. It creates harmony that pulls everything of a similar song into its orbit. Chapter 4. The Clarion Call. Crafting an Irresistible Vision. A vague wish begets a vague reality. Telling the universe, I want to be happy, or I want more money, is like telling a chef, I want food. What you get will be random and likely unsatisfying. The universe responds to clarity with precision. It is a master builder that requires detailed architectural plans, not a rough sketch on a napkin. In this chapter, we move from the internal world of thoughts and feelings to the external act of defining your desire with such crystalline clarity that it becomes a magnetic force, pulling its physical equivalent toward you with unwavering certainty. This is where you move from being a reactor to being a director. Most people are waiting for a sign from the universe to tell them what to do. The sovereign individual issues the sign. They decide what they want, down to the most exquisite detail, and they hold that vision with such focus and conviction that the universe has no choice but to conform to their command. This is not about controlling how it happens. It is about defining what happens with absolute specificity. You are writing the script, not directing every camera angle. You must get out of the universe's way on the method, but be unshakable on the outcome. I want you to take out a journal. I want you to write down one core desire. Now, I want you to describe it as if you are already living it. Use the present tense. Engage all 5 senses. If it's a new home, don't just write a nice house. Describe the feeling of the cool hardwood floors under your bare feet in the morning. Describe the smell of coffee brewing in your spacious, sun-drenched kitchen. Describe the sound of laughter echoing in the backyard where your children play. Describe the view from your office window. Describe the feeling of peace and pride that washes over you as you turn the key in the door. You are not dreaming. You are recording a reality that already exists in the vibrational realm. This detailed vision becomes your clarion call. It is the signal you broadcast. It is so clear, so vivid, and so charged with the positive emotion you cultivated in the last chapter that it becomes a living, breathing entity in your consciousness. You will return to this vision daily. You will close your eyes and step into it. You will feel the feelings it generates. This act of mental rehearsal is not an escape from reality. It is the creation of a new one. Neurologically, you are building new pathways, convincing your subconscious mind that this is your truth. And your subconscious mind, which doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined event and a physical one, will then go to work on your behalf, guiding your actions, opening your awareness to opportunities, and pulling that reality into physical form. Your vision is the magnet. Make it irresistible. Chapter 5. The Alchemy of Action. Moving as if it is already yours. Manifestation is not magic. It is not about sitting on your couch visualizing a sports car until it materializes in your driveway. That is a profound misunderstanding that leads to frustration and confirms the lie of powerlessness. The universe conspires with movement. Action is the bridge between the unseen world of your vision and the seen world of your reality. It is the physical proof of your faith. But this is not just any action. It is inspired action. It is the art of moving as if your desire is already a done deal, aligning your physical behavior with your vibrational intention. Think of it this way. If you truly knew, with every fiber of your being, that you were about to receive $1 million, how would you act today? You wouldn't be filled with anxiety and scarcity. You might start clearing space for it. You might research how to manage wealth wisely. You might walk with a little more confidence and generosity. You wouldn't wait for the money to arrive to feel like a wealthy person. You would embody that feeling now. And your actions would naturally follow. This is the alchemy we're talking about. You are not acting to make it happen. You are acting because it is happening. This subtle shift in motivation changes everything. The key is to listen for the whisper of intuition. Inspired action doesn't feel like grinding struggle. It feels like a natural, almost effortless next step. It's the sudden impulse to call an old friend, who just happens to know about a job opening. It's the urge to take a different route home, where you see a "for rent" sign for your dream apartment. It's the idea to enroll in a course that gives you a crucial skill. These impulses are the universe's delivery system, and your job is to say, yes. This requires trust. It requires you to let go of the rigid, fear-based plan of how you think it should happen and surrender to the elegant, often surprising, path of how it will happen. So, what does this look like for you right now? If your vision is a new career, inspired action isn't just mindlessly sending out 100 resumes. It's updating your LinkedIn profile with the energy of the person who already has that job. It's reaching out to one person you admire for a genuine conversation, not to ask for anything, but to learn. It's signing up for a webinar that excites you. It's buying the wardrobe that makes you feel like the professional you are becoming. These actions, done with the feeling of already being that person, are incredibly powerful. They are a declaration to yourself and to the cosmos. I am not waiting for my reality to change. I am living it now, and my actions are the celebration of its arrival. Move with faith, and the path will appear beneath your feet. Chapter 6. The Unshakable Foundation. Cultivating a Stoic Mind. The path of manifestation is not a straight line. It is a spiral. You will have days where your vision feels palpably real, and your alignment is perfect. And you will have days where the old reality seems to shout in your face, where doubt creeps in, and where it feels like nothing is working. This is not a sign of failure. It is the final test of your sovereignty. In this chapter, we build the unshakable foundation that allows you to hold steady through the storm, the mind of a Stoic creator. This is the art of detaching from the how and the when, and holding fast to the what. The ancient Stoics understood a fundamental law. We control our interpretations, not external events. Two people can experience the same setback, a missed promotion, a rejected offer, and have two entirely different realities. One sees it as a devastating failure, proof that they are not good enough. The other sees it as a redirection, a necessary step that clears the way for something better. Both are right. Your interpretation becomes your reality. The Stoic manifester does not get entangled in the appearance of obstacles. They see every delay, every no, every challenge as part of the divine orchestration. perfectly designed to strengthen them and guide them to their goal at the optimal time. This is where your practice deepens from a technique to a philosophy. When the old evidence tries to convince you your new vision is a fantasy, you must respond not with desperation, but with serene detachment. You must look at your bank statement and say, "This is interesting, but it is not the truth of my being. My truth is abundance." You must face rejection and say, "This was not my door. My door is still ahead, and it is opening now." This is not denial. This is a conscious choice to place your faith in the unseen creative process over the temporary evidence of the physical world. You are the only one who gets to decide what things mean. Cultivate this stoic mind through daily mental training. Each morning, affirm your sovereignty. Today, I alone assign meaning to the events of my life. When a challenge arises, pause before you react. Ask yourself, how can I choose to see this in a way that empowers me and serves my vision? This mental discipline is your anchor. It allows you to observe the chaos of the world without being sucked into its drama. It allows you to hold your vision with a relaxed certainty, knowing that the seeds have been planted and are growing beneath the soil, even when you cannot see them. Your unshakable peace becomes the most powerful magnet of all, for it signals to the universe that you know, beyond all shadow of a doubt, that what is yours is already on its way. Nothing can stop it. Chapter 7. The Art of Allowing. Receiving the Inevitable. You have done the work. You've clarified your vision, raised your vibration, taken inspired action, and held your mind steady. Now comes the most difficult part for many creators: getting out of the way. This is the art of allowing. It is the practice of releasing the white-knuckled grip on your desire and relaxing into the knowing that it is done. Manifestation is not a process of pursuit. It is a process of reception. You are not chasing your desire. You are allowing it to catch up to the new vibrational reality you have become. Your only job now is to let it in. Think of a time you tried desperately to remember a name. The harder you gripped and strained, the further it seemed to retreat. The moment you gave up, relaxed, and thought of something else, the name floated effortlessly into your awareness. Manifestation works the same way. Your anxiety, your incessant checking for results, your yearning, these are all frequencies of lack. They scream, "I don't have it," and the universe, ever obedient, responds by keeping you in a state of not having it. Allowing is the state of shifting from "I want it" to "It is coming, and I am open and ready to receive it." It is a state of grateful expectation, not anxious desperation. This means you must release your attachment to the timeline. The universe's timing is perfect. It is coordinating a complex web of events, people, and opportunities to deliver your desire in a way that will be for your highest good. Your impatience is simply a lack of trust in this divine intelligence. To practice allowing, you must fill your present moment with joy and appreciation for what island live your life fully now. Find pleasure in the simple things. The more you can appreciate your current reality, the more you open the valve to allow more good to flow in. You are saying, "I am a grateful receiver of good things," and the universe will rush to confirm that belief. So, take a deep breath. Declare it done. Your vision is already a reality in the vibrational field. Your work is to align with it, not to construct it. Stop looking for signs every 5 minutes. Stop wondering when. Instead, wake up each morning and ask, how can I enjoy this day that brings me closer to my desire? How can I be the version of me that already has it? Live from the end. The feeling of relief you will experience when it manifests, try to feel that relief now. That feeling is the frequency of allowing. It is the silent, powerful signal that you are ready. You have issued the order, the shipment is en route. Now, relax and watch for the delivery. Chapter 8. The Silent Saboteur. Confronting your hidden resistance. You have the vision. You know the techniques. You understand the philosophy. So why does it sometimes feel like you're trying to run through waist-deep water? The answer almost always lies not in the outside world, but in the silent, hidden basement of your psyche, your subconscious resistance. These are the deep-seated beliefs, the old stories, and the forgotten wounds that contradict your conscious desires and act as a brake on your manifestation engine. In this chapter, we bring a flashlight into that basement and gently, compassionately, clear out what no longer serves you. Your subconscious mind is like the autopilot of a plane. Your conscious mind can set a new destination, your vision. But if the autopilot is programmed with an old, limiting route, the plane will keep circling back. These programs are often installed in childhood. Money is the root of all evil. I'm not smart enough. I don't deserve love. It's selfish to want more. You may not even be aware you hold these beliefs, but they run in the background, sabotaging your best efforts. Every time you take 2 steps forward with your vision, this hidden software pulls you 1 step back. The conflict between your conscious desire and your subconscious belief creates friction, and that friction feels like resistance. You must become a loving investigator of your own patterns. Where in your life do you see the same problem recurring? In your finances, your relationships, your health? This is a clue to a hidden belief. When you try to visualize your goal, what negative thought or feeling arises? That is resistance showing itself. The way to dissolve it is not through force, but through awareness and reprogramming. One of the most powerful methods is through journaling. Ask yourself, what would have to be true for me to not have my desire already? The answers that come up will be your hidden beliefs. Then, you engage in a conscious dialogue. For a belief like, I don't deserve abundance, you would counter it with evidence to the contrary. I am a child of the universe, and I deserve all the good it has to offer. I deserve abundance because I exist. I am worthy because I am. This isn't a one-time fix. It's a consistent practice of overwriting the old code with new, empowering beliefs. Use affirmations, meditation, and hypnotic audios designed for subconscious reprogramming. Be patient and kind with yourself. You are not breaking down a wall. You are gently untangling a knot. Each limiting belief you dissolve is like removing a weight from your ankles. The energy you used to expend on resistance is now freed up to propel your vision forward at breathtaking speed. Chapter 9. The Gratitude Frequency, the Ultimate Accelerator. If I could give you one tool, one secret weapon to supercharge your manifestations and transform your daily experience of life, it would be this: the conscious, relentless practice of gratitude. Gratitude is not a polite thank you note to the universe. It is the highest vibrational state you can emit. It is the frequency of having already received. When you are in a state of genuine appreciation, you are proclaiming to the cosmos, look at all this goodness I have. Send me more of this. It is the ultimate accelerator, the shortcut to alignment, and the most powerful antidote to the resistance we just discussed. Gratitude works because it forces a profound shift in perception. Your brain is wired with a negativity bias. It's always scanning for threats and problems to keep you safe. This is why it's so easy to focus on what's wrong. Gratitude is a conscious override of this primitive system. It trains your brain to scan for what's right, for what's working, for the blessings that are already present. This isn't about ignoring problems. It's about changing your perceptual home base from lack to abundance. When your default setting is abundance, you become an abundance magnet. You stop chasing and start attracting. I want you to make this a non-negotiable daily ritual. Every morning before you even get out of bed, think of 3 things you are genuinely grateful for. Feel the appreciation in your body. It could be for the warmth of the bed, the sound of birds outside, your health, or a person in your life. Throughout your day, actively look for things to appreciate: the perfect coffee, the green light when you were in a hurry, a stranger's smile. At night, before you sleep, review your day and find 3 more things. Keep a gratitude journal and write in it faithfully. This practice does something remarkable. It doesn't just change your attitude, it changes your point of attraction. You will begin to notice that the more grateful you are for what you have, the more shows up to be grateful for. Opportunities multiply. Synchronicities increase. Why? Because you are in a constant state of receiving. you are holding the door wide open. Gratitude for your current reality is the bridge to your desired reality. Be grateful for your home now, and you open the door to a better one. Be grateful for the income you have now, and you open the valve for more. You are not grateful for the lack. You are grateful in the knowing that you are on the path, and that everything is working out for you. Operate from gratitude, and you operate from a state of power. You are no longer a beggar pleading for scraps. Chapter 10. The Sovereign Self. Living as a Conscious Creator. This is where it all comes together. This is not the end. It is the true beginning. Everything you have learned, reclaiming your power, mastering your thoughts, tuning your vibration, crafting your vision, taking inspired action, holding steady, allowing, clearing resistance, and living in gratitude culminates in one permanent identity, the Sovereign Self. You are no longer someone who tries to manifest. You are a conscious creator. This is not something you do. It is who you are. Manifestation is simply the natural output of your state of being. You walk through the world differently. You perceive reality through a different lens. You are the author, the architect, and the artist of your life. The Sovereign Self understands that every moment is a creative act. There is no off switch. You are always emitting a frequency, always casting a vote for the reality you wish to experience. But now, you do it with conscious awareness. A challenge arises, and instead of reacting with fear, you respond with curiosity. How is this serving me? What can I learn here? How can I choose to see this, to empower my journey? You take responsibility for everything in your experience, not as a burden, but as the ultimate empowerment. If you don't like what you're experiencing, you know you have the power to change your inner state, and the outer world will inevitably follow. Your life becomes a masterpiece of your own design. You no longer wait for permission, for the right time, or for the stars to align. You align yourself, and the universe rearranges itself around you. You understand that desire is not a symptom of lack. It is the universe pulsing through you, guiding you toward your next expansion. You embrace desire. You follow your excitement. You trust your intuition implicitly. You live with a relaxed certainty, a stoic peace, and a joyful expectation that all is always working out for you. So, go forward from this book not as a student who has graduated, but as a sovereign being who has remembered their true nature. You have the code. You hold the pen. The world needs your unique creation. It needs your joy, your abundance, your love, and your light, not for your benefit alone, but because in raising your vibration, you lift everyone around you. You are a powerful node in the conscious network of humanity. Create a beautiful life. It is your duty and your destiny. The world is your canvas.